Hello everybody, welcome to the channel, and today's topic is about Disney and the most recent successes that they've had at the box office and in their recent movies. Their most recent movies being Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine both have made ridiculous amounts of money. And my topic today is about how have they recaptured their stranglehold on the entertainment industry, and will they build upon this into next year and beyond? Now, one of these reasons why this could be working is due to the fact that both of these films audiences and critics like. They both enjoy these films, and it's not just one-sided like recent Disney films under their umbrella. They are both good films in their own right, and I like both of them. I know that probably doesn't mean anything, but if both of these films are liked by multiple different people, that is a good thing for them. And that also means that the perception of Disney is becoming good, because in recent years they haven't been liked and they haven't been enjoyed by multiple people after recent flops like last year, where they lost multiple amounts of money and one of people's heroes, Indiana Jones, was looked upon as an old man, and people didn't like that film and it didn't make enough money. It lost money, it lost a lot of money, and the perception of Disney might be changing now after coming into next year with recent successes and probably more successes coming out this year. Also, what I can say is that Pixar will be back on track. After 2020, with 3 films that came out onto Disney Plus, they released Inside Out 2 into the cinemas, which came with great success after the fact that it's now become the highest grossing animated film, coming in at $1.5 billion, which is a ridiculous amount of money considering as people thought that this film was good but not great. I thought this film was good but not the best film in the world. What I would say is that with releases of Toy Story 5 coming out in 2026 and Elio coming up next year, hopefully that an original story will be hopefully making money so that Pixar can make new and original content coming throughout the next few years, and they don't have to rely on their IPs. Like recently there was a suggestion that they could be making Incredibles 3 and Finding Nemo 3, which, yes, that would be so much fun and so interesting, but I'd much rather than make original and fun content for the coming years. I think Pixar is key to their success. I feel like they need to be bringing to the front, as they have clearly the most creative talent out of any of the Disney umbrella, and I hope that they see this, and I hope that they bring them to the forefront. And one reason why I think Disney will be able to keep that momentum is after Marvel's recent Hall H panel at San Diego Comic-Con. I think their most recent announcements and the detail in which they have done it is very, very good, and I really do think that Marvel will be back on track next year after Deadpool and Wolverine making over 400 million on their first opening weekend, in which makes it the highest opening weekend for an R-rated film ever. I think that this means that not only did people and critics, audiences and critics like this film, it also means that hopefully it has regained some of the fan base that Marvel has hopefully this has brought in new fans and fans that have lost their hope for Marvel or their liking towards Marvel after recent movies that have just not, they've been subpar and not very good. And I do hope that with these announcements and with the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, it means that hopefully this can carry on. And I do hope that with a Fantastic in America, Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts, it means that Marvel can carry on with their success after Deadpool and Wolverine. And what I would say is that with the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. coming back, it also means that potentially, and this means only potentially, fans that have stopped watching since Endgame means that they'll come back just because of him. They'll watch these films just because of him, even though he's not playing his character. The reason why they'll watch this is because he is a very good actor. You will not see this from any other actor but him. Just because he was so good in that stretch means that people will watch him even though he's not playing the main character. And of course, these two Avengers films will make so much money anyway. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good, people will still watch these films because it's an Avengers film. It's a team-up movie. You'll see multiple cameos from multiple actors that may or may not be needing to be in there, but they'll still make it and they're still good. And also, it's because the Russo brothers are back and they have a very good track record with Marvel. The only problem I would say for Disney is Star Wars and Lucasfilm. I feel like there's something wrong in that department. There's something in the core structure of that brand and that IP. There is something wrong with it. And I don't understand why. And I do hope that maybe it will get back on track. I just feel like there's something wrong with it, with recent failures such as The Acolyte, which really nobody liked. I thought that it wasn't the best, and I feel like they need to do better. They just need to, I would say, just stop, have a rethink, and I feel like Star Wars needs a film. It's crying out for a film. Like, the fan base needs to get back on board, and I feel like hopefully the Mandalorian Grogu film coming out in 2026 will bring that, and I hope that it does. I just feel like I'm just a bit worried for Star Wars because Marvel might be getting back on track. Pixar have made so much money, and Star Wars just hasn't had a movie since 2019, and realistically the only exciting project coming out of Star Wars in the next year is Andor Season 2, and Andor Season 1 was brilliant. Some of the fans didn't really like it, but I feel like it was, and I feel like maybe bring back the fans, hopefully, and then Mandalorian and Grogu will be a success. But Disney gets Star Wars right. This will mean that they will make so much money, and that's what really they want. They want the money. They want to have a good creative team, and that's what everyone wants. They want to have good creative stories and good creative movies and TV shows and a success with Disney Plus. However, what they want is the money. And I feel like if they get all of that right, they'll get the money. And if they get Star Wars right, especially, they will make the money. What I could also say is that if the new live action Hercules film does not make the money required, it means that they should stop the live action movies. I would say after the recent disappointment of The Little Mermaid and Mulan coming out in 2020, I feel like they are losing money, and gradually everyone's going to realise that this is just a cash grab. However, what I would say is that if Hercules is a success, they should do what they're doing with the Mufasa film and just do an extension or a prequel or just a new version of a tale that was within the film, so it doesn't really ruin the legacy of the animated movies. What I would say is that they should go fully out with this Hercules film, make as much money as possible, be as creative as possible, take the time that they need just so they can get it right. And looking at the slate coming out, Mufasa is coming out in December and Moana is coming out in November. And what I would say is that Moana will make a lot of money anyway, just because of how good Moana, just the Moana film in 2016 was. And I feel like just because Inside Out 2 was as good and it came out in 2015, I feel like hopefully for Disney, hopefully the drive that they saw for Inside Out 2 will also come from Moana. What I would say is that potentially that will happen, I don't know, but I think it will. And I think Mufasa will work as well, and I think that won't make as much money as they're expecting. And that's not just because it's a bad film. I think it will be a good film, but I just think the fact that it's a live action continuation or a live action whatever, I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Like, it's like a live action prequel or continuation or sequel, or I don't know. But I think it will still be good, and I think the collective money that they're going to make from this and the momentum that they're getting will fast track them into 2025, which I think will be a very good year for them. And in 2026 is probably there. We need this year to be good, unless you're stuffed, really. But really, I think that they will eventually get their stronghold back, and with that comes another accusation or another slump, which they have had in the past 4 years. But thank you so much for watching. If you would like to watch a video here about my review on Deadpool and Wolverine, you can watch it here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can do so here. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have any opinions on it, put it in your comment section down below. And yeah, thank you and bye.